What is up, all my stock market investors? It is Shaddai, and I'm back again with another Cash App investing video. And I had to get my fresh cut because I don't know when will be the last time I'll be able to. We can go into full shutdown with all this crazy news that's coming out. It's not looking good. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be completely honest. But it's something that we will overcome for sure. And I always say there's good opportunities on Fridays and Mondays, but something in me is telling me that I should just be a little bit more patient. There's more bad news coming, and things. Although things are at a low price right now, there's a chance it can get a little bit lower. But you shouldn't be mad if you have bought in within the last few weeks. I've purchased within the last few weeks. I didn't think things were going to get lower than what they were then. But here we are today, and the numbers are looking. So many things are on sale. But like many people say, you don't want to be buying anything that's a falling knife. And what I think they mean by that is that if the company can't withstand through this recession, then don't buy into it. Just because their stock price is very cheap, that doesn't mean that they're going to be able to withstand a recession, because that's what we're in. Essentially, money is being kind of halted, business is being halted. So don't invest in a falling knife. Make sure you guys do your research. Feel free to ask in the comments. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up on this video as well. But feel free to ask in the comments. I have people that have questions all the time, and they can either hit me up personally, my email, my Instagram, or just write in the comments and we talk about it. And I think that it's good to have those conversations just to get another person's perspective. So feel free to share any stocks that are on your watch list in the comments below. That way people can see other people's perspectives and maybe even let people know why you're looking at those companies. Now, I have a few companies I want to talk about today, right? And before I get there, I want to talk about what's everybody gonna do with their $1,000. What do you plan to do if you get your $1,000 check? Now, I've been thinking about it. I could invest it into the stock market, which would still be good for the economy, because what they want us to do with this money is to put it back in the economy. And hey, for me personally, I was thinking either pay down my student loans or invest it in the stock market. But if I just invested in the stock market, I might have a bigger, more money down the road to be able to pay off my student loans, because student loan interest is at a halt right now. And it's just, I can't even believe it. I think it was like a week ago, I was literally complaining about my student loans. And man, the Lord didn't answer my prayers. And I'm sure many of you out there are pretty happy about that. So what are you going to do with your money? Let me know in the comments below, because I still don't know. I don't know what to do with my money. I mean, vacation is always a good option as well too, but I'm trying to be smart this time around. So let me know in the comments. So Friday's a good purchase day. I usually say Fridays and Mondays. This week, I think that Monday is going to be a little bit lower, and mainly because we could just get more bad news. Like, the reason is that bad news comes out during the weekend, and then the futures, people put in their trades or whatever based off the weekend bad news so that they're ready for Monday, and then everything kind of drops Monday and then picks back up midday. That's what I've noticed. So a company that I'm kind of newly watching right now is Uber, and mainly because, first of all, their CEO came out and said that they have an unrestricted cash of $10 billion, and they don't have any significant loans that have to be paid until 2023. So this CEO comes out in this time of fear and kind of lets everybody know, like, oh, Uber finna make it through this. Uber finna make it through this. So that's a very great sign, right? and their stock definitely bounced after he made that announcement. I think they're trading at around $22 right now as I make this video. And if they drop to 20, to 18, 16, I seen they were at 16 the other day on the 18th. Those are buys because Uber will make it through this. Uber will make it through this. I think that the millennials love Uber. They have Uber Eats. They're working on this aerial type of thing, and the future they're going to be dropping things off with drones. I think Uber has a really good business model, and they have the people. They have the people that they're stronger than Lyft. So although that they might take a hit, and this is why I say you should just patiently wait. They might take a hit because of whatever their quarter one earnings, their quarter one or quarter two, whichever looks the worst. They might take a hit because people aren't traveling right now. People aren't, maybe they're ordering food. So maybe their food, I think they were like 16% they bring in through food, like 84% through ride sharing. So maybe the 16% can jump up with delivery of food now that everybody's at home. But watch patiently. If they drop to 20, 18, 17, I would say anywhere between 17 and 20, I would definitely consider getting a nice position right in Uber, because once this all passes, they can just be right back at the top. I think at one point they were trading around $40. At one point within the last year, so that's a good number to be around. My second company that I'm going to talk about today, one of my subscribers asked me about Penn National Gaming, and my first thought was like, listen, the casino business is toast right now. And I just, at first I was like, I don't want to tell this person that, yeah, you should, this is low. But Penn National Gaming has a unique position. They have exposure to hopefully I'm saying this right, the Macau market, which is Chinese territory, and is one of the biggest gambling hubs in the world. So they have position there. So that's gonna get going eventually. Yes, casinos and stuff might be shut down right now, but once everything clears through within a handful of weeks, I'm sure all that will pick up. I wouldn't just buy Penn National Gaming right now. Maybe let's wait a little bit more just to see what more news comes out as far as when people are going to be able to start gathering as a group. This could potentially be a falling knife, but at the same time, it could just be a potentially good sale. Now, I say that because we just don't know how our after effects are going to be after this. Are people going to want to go to casinos after being ferried into their homes for a couple weeks? Or is any, I don't know, like there's going to be after effects that we don't know yet. We don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see. Penn National Gaming is trading around like $10 right now, and I didn't see when they were. I always look what they were trading. I mean, 38. They were at 1.38 in February. So, and they hit $5 yesterday. So, was it on sale yesterday? Listen, if it hits $5 again, I would potentially get a nice position. But if it continues to rise, I wouldn't chase it. I definitely wouldn't chase it. I personally believe everything will be back to normal sooner than we all really think in our heads. I think I've been knowing about all this going to happen or failing this going to happen for a handful of weeks now. So I think it's just the fact that a lot of people didn't really take it that serious. and now they're kind of like freaking out and don't know what to do. There's people losing jobs. I can only imagine how many jobs were lost, with the Penn National Gaming and all their casinos and properties. But it has the potential to bounce back, and that's what we're looking for here. But like I always say, do your own research, and if you're diversified, if you're already diversified and you have like four stock companies that you've built some shares in, and at this point you're just looking for a risk that could potentially be good. Hey, Penn National Gaming might not be that bad. If you're already diversified, you have extra cash, and you're just looking to shift some money around to take some risk and hope that you gain big. Do the right research, check their balance sheet out, and make your decision. I think that there's going to be some bailouts for sure, and that's kind of what I'm waiting for. I was very big on JetBlue, and I was believing that they had the cash to get by. I still do believe that they have the cash to get by. Their CEO came out and took a pay cut, so I still believe in JetBlue, and I still even plan to buy more JetBlue, but I'm kind of just waiting and watching to see it go down even more. I think the best price for me to buy JetBlue would be $6-7, and I missed a dip in the other day. I missed a dip. It hit $6, and I kind of just sometimes I get so cheap. Don't be like me, and don't like I'll be like cheap over like 10 cents. Like nah, I need that 10 cents. I need it to be 10 cents lower, and then it'll shoot up 5%, and then I just lost all that opportunity. So I think that if you're gonna take the risk, take it. Don't beat yourself up over 5 cents, over 10 cents. Beat yourself up over dollars. Right? If you're gonna make a decision, make the decision because, or don't make the decision because it wasn't the right dollar amount that you wanted. But don't beat yourself up over cents, 5 cents, 10 cents, 20 cents, and then end up losing out on 50 cents of gain or a whole dollar of a gain, which is what I lost on. So just be willing to take the risk, and you're always gonna have that thought like, maybe I shouldn't, maybe it's not the right price. If your research is done properly, you're good. Third, I'm gonna talk about a handful of companies just to watch out for. I'm not gonna get too much into them because I'm gonna let you guys do your own research, but things to consider or companies to consider. AT&T looks like they're trading little bit of a sale. I think I seen last was $29 per share. If that continues to drop, I think AT&T is gonna be here. They're gonna weather the storm through the recession, and they'll make it out. Some other companies that I see, I didn't think I'd say this, but Under Armour. Under Armour is trading around like $9-10. At one point they were at $20, and they have more international sales than here in the U.S. And I feel like internationally, obviously except for Italy, China is going to be is up and running already, and will probably be back to normal life sooner than we think because they were the first to react. And Under Armour sales can just go right back to where they were. The stock price can go right back to where they was, and I think that they'll learn from this, and maybe they'll do something, but they'll definitely learn from this. If Under Armour continues to drop, maybe you should wait for their quarter one earnings. But if they continue to drop, that might be a buy because they're a brand name and a big brand name, and I really do think that they could potentially weather the storm, such as like AT&T. Another company I seen that seemed like they were for sales, Microsoft. A little bit more on the expensive side compared to the stocks that I usually talk about, but it's definitely a deal that you see there. And Tesla, if Tesla drops to $300, then I think that if you are diversified and you have $300 sitting around, just take that risk. Even if it drops to 200, Actually, it's actually just be patient with Tesla because if things get worse in this recession, Tesla's gonna drop to $200 because no one's gonna be buying the new Tesla. They can come out with as many great products, that we would love to see, but people are gonna be in a recession. No one's gonna be running to buy a Tesla, but it is a great stock to have. So make sure you watch it very closely. If it drops $200, then you should get in because you just never know when that thing's gonna spike back up and maybe even hit $1,000, on the next swing. So keep an eye out for Tesla. The Google's cheap. I've seen so many. I mean, a lot of out of price stuff for the normal people because I always talk about gathering more shares, but Zynga as well. Zynga, I have a nice low position in Zynga, and I think I'm going to be buying more Zynga if I see it continuously dropping. I'm sure that their quarter one is going to look amazing. And that's mainly because people are home, people are on their phone, they're a gaming app software uh, developer, and that this is like the perfect moment for them because people are at home spending more time, so they can be having more people. I'm sure their quarter one is going to be looking very sweet. So make sure you keep an eye out for them as well. But do your own research because I don't want any of y'all to sue me. Sorry, the phone is always interrupting, of course. But those are a handful of stocks that I'm watching right now. And let me know in the comments what you're watching, what you're looking out for. Let me know what you think about the stocks that I spoke about today. Um, and also, don't forget to hit the thumbs up on this video because it puts a nice little smile on my face. And I know y'all like looking at this smile. Know what I mean? So be patient with the market, and if you're positioned, if you already have your everything you were gonna put in, I would say take a break from looking at the market, from looking at the news headlines, and don't look too much at your portfolio because it's gonna tempt you. If you're still shopping around for stocks, then continue shopping, continue looking at the market. But if you're already all in and you ain't gonna go anymore, and you know this, do not watch it on a day-to-day basis because it's gonna get scary for you, and you just need to hold out your position. All right. So, with that being said, I hope you guys have a great weekend. I will see you guys on Monday when more bad news comes and more buying opportunity comes. Make sure y'all keep out the lookout for Monday between 9:30 and 11. All right. Love y'all. Peace.